Have you ever wondered why some people seem so motivated to do what they do, and then when you look at yourself, you feel like you're lazy or, you don't do as much compared to them? That's because of one thing, and I'm going to tell you what that one thing is today, and you should start applying this immediately in your life because you will see that a lot of change happens after you apply this one fact, and it's just one thing that you tell your mind, and it works in your favor every time. You can't go wrong by doing this. Hi, my name is Gideon. I'm currently in the States. I'm from the UK, currently in the States, and I'm here today to give you guys the goodies, the mental goodies. So let's lock in, let's get right into the stuff that you need to hear. So what is this thing? This one thing is, simply put, self-accountability. Self-accountability is basically saying that, okay, whatever happens, it's my fault, or whatever outcome there is, it's my own doing, right? And having this mindset, first of all, I'm going to talk about how the people who seem so motivated and are constantly moving forward have this self-accountability, right? And if you know anything about me, you know I love football, so I always like to take it back to football, or as Americans will call it, soccer, but I call it football. I'm from the UK. In football, when you lose as a team, the best players know that, look, no matter what happens, whether they feel like the referee wasn't on their side or, was on the other side, the best players know that deep down, look, if we were good enough, if we did enough, we would have won the game. Whether it was raining, whether it was sunny, whether it was snowing, if we did our bit, if we did our absolute best, or we trained harder, or we were smarter in certain areas, then we would have got the result that we wanted, which was a win. And by having this mentality, it gives you all the power. So I'm going to apply it to my life because I don't know you personally. In my life, I would say to myself, okay, I go for my daily runs. I have a daily run in the morning, and it's normally like a 12-minute run or sprint, you could say. And in that 12 minutes, I always time myself every day. Okay, it's the same route every day. Doesn't matter how I feel on a day. The run is going to happen. And in that 12 minutes, I say to myself, okay, yesterday I did 11 minutes, 44 seconds. Today, I did 11 minutes, 50 seconds, or 11 minutes, 47 seconds. I say to myself, okay, all right, a car might have come and blocked me in the way of making my run. But why immediately after the car has left, why didn't I use that as extra motivation to push myself to, propel those seconds that I took away from myself, those seconds that the car stopped me from doing? It forces me to be like, look, I can't point fingers at anyone else or anything else. I'm the one that's going to do it. And the reason why this is important for you is because, let's say you're trying to achieve something, I don't know, let's say you're trying to become a boxer, right? And okay, boxing is too I'll pick something that probably applies to you. Let's say you have an exam that you're sitting, right? And obviously you don't know what the test papers are going to say. When you sit the exam, it's almost like 99% of the time, the work you put in was the result you got out. And if, let's say, you prepared for, I did GCSEs, which is basically high school, the highest level of education. The minimum requirement that you need in the United Kingdom for the education system in order to go on to work, most, 99% of jobs. And in GCSEs, there were times that we would prepare for an exam and we obviously didn't know what the test would say, but sometimes the exam would have nothing to do with anything we've prepared for. But a lot of people come out of the exam and say, oh yeah, but this, they didn't teach us this, they didn't teach us that, and sometimes blame the teacher. And then there's those people that they say minimal to nothing, because they know that regardless, I should have been prepared. It's an English exam, we're writing English. We're not writing Spanish in the exam, we're writing English. It's still the same English. We still need to, perform, get a good grade. And the people who do get the best grades are the people that complain the least. And even if they are complaining, they're complaining to make other people feel better. They know deep down they're the ones that, are accountable for that result. Anyway, I don't want to go on a tangent, but the point is that the people who get the results, they hold themselves accountable, right? And then so when something bad happens, so they sat at the English exam, they went into the exam, they didn't prepare for the questions, they will come out of the exam and be like, oh, I didn't actually realize that they could have asked me those questions that were so different to what I've been preparing for. But now that means that every other exam that I sit, I need to be prepared for that. So it's like they're constantly moving forward. And even days where they don't feel like it, they know that, look, if I don't put in this work today, I'm going to suffer it tomorrow because I ain't going to get the result. And if you can try to change it in your mind that, look, everything is my fault, or every result I get is my own doing, and then you look back in your life, say the same thing, everything that's happened to you, it's your own doing, it's your own result. This will force you to get the results. It has to, because, you know, now you're in charge. Now you're the one running things. You haven't given the power to the government. You haven't given the power to, you know, your parents or your school, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, your work. It's you, right? If you're trying to reach somewhere, if you're trying to win a game, if you're trying to get something, whatever it is, whatever your desires are, right? Hold yourself accountable. You ain't got the result because you haven't done certain things. You've missed out certain things. Maybe you ain't put in the work. Maybe you haven't been smart. Maybe you haven't sought out enough people. There's always something you could do better, right? So you haven't got the result. Find a way to make it happen. That's it. That's holding yourself accountable. And with that, you're a powerful person. That makes you a really powerful person. I sat my first driving test when I was 18. And at the time, I thought to myself, okay, I want to pass. But I was really nervous during the test. I thought I want to pass. But when I didn't pass, for a long time, I thought, oh, you know, I didn't pass because I was pointing fingers. Oh, the driving examiner was talking to me, he threw me off. I forgot to stop at the zebra crossing, you know, loads of stuff, right? And then I ended up sitting my test 4 or 5 times, right? But that last time I sat it, there was a shift, there was a difference. It was more like, oh, okay, you know, if I fail this test, the examiner's gonna go on, have dinner with his family, right? The examiner that's testing me. He's gonna go home, have a lovely dinner with his family. Me, I'm gonna be sad the whole day. I'm the one that's carrying the weight for failing. So I said, look, you know what? No matter what, either way, I have to go through him to pass the test. So no matter what, I'm gonna make sure there's pretty much 0 to no possibility that I can fail that test. And what happened? I passed the test. He had no choice but to pass me because I held myself accountable. Before, I kept pointing fingers. Oh, okay, the roundabout here, there was another car that came. Yeah, there's gonna be people that would mess you up and, you know, get in your way all the time. That's life. But where you are in control is when you hold yourself accountable, and then that way you make sure that you get what you want. You know, no one's gonna do it for you. No one's gonna really give you everything you want apart from yourself. And you can do that by being self-accountable, which provides so much motivation when you say, okay, this is my fault, I'm accountable, I can't point fingers at anyone else. That gives you unlimited motivation to be able to do the things that you want to do. So I hope the message has been passed across, and I hope you guys can use this immediately, because this is really, 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 really powerful. I can't hammer this in enough. It's really powerful. Start implementing it. Go smash it. Become the best version of yourself. And I will catch you in the next video.